Passion is very important, and don't think that passion means eating away into medicine. Passion feeds into medicine and medicine feeds into your passion.
Why do you feel pursuing our hobbies add more balance to our overall life and health?
I feel it's very important to have an interest outside of your occupation, and that's why I always try to push the envelope and get out of my comfort zone.
You love music. How has pursuing your passion helped you in your overall well-being?
Before you attempt singing any song, you need to listen to that song at least 10 times. And come to medicine, you need to listen to what your patient is saying. If you are a good listener, you are a good musician, you are a good singer, and you are a good doctor as well.
Actually, my wife and I, we were taking part in something called the Himalayan Car Rally, and I thought, why not climb a mountain? Why not climb Everest?
How following your passion, how has that helped you in your patient care?
Please do not ever think that it is going to reduce your capability as a medical professional. No, it's only going to make you a better doctor.
If something doesn't work out, open another door.
Right.
So I think you need to have passion to have an overall development of yourself and your personality.
So it's the same thing. We need to load our passions so that our CPUs function better.
Welcome back to Top Tales, the space where doctors share about their lives beyond the hospital walls. I'm your host, Dr. Kshitij Shah. In our last episode, we spoke about medicine and marriage, and many of y'all wrote back to us about how relationships fuel resilience. Today, we look at another aspect of our lives, our passions, the part that makes us much more than just our degrees or designations. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome our first guest on this show, Dr. Murad Lala. Welcome.
Thank you, Kshitij, and thank you for having me here.
Dr. Murad is a well-known oncosurgeon and has his passion in mountaineering, and you'll hear more from him. Our second guest on this show is Dr. Manish Sharma. Welcome, Dr. Manish.
Hi Kshitij, I'm so excited to be here with you.
Good to have you with us. Dr. Manish is a renowned ophthalmologist and beyond that, a fantastic musician. And let's hear more from them about how they work their passion along with their profession. You know, as doctors, we just don't carry our stethoscopes and our scalpels, but there's so much more to us. I mean, so many of us are passionate about music, about sports, about trekking and mountaineering. People love to sketch. I think our passion breathes oxygen into our lives, you know, amongst all the high-risk jobs that we run. Dr. Murad, let's start with you. Why do you feel pursuing our hobbies, I mean, how does it add more balance to our overall life and health?
I feel it's very important to have an interest outside of your occupation, whatever it be, medicine or anything else. To become a more complete man, you need to dare to fail. Because if you have not stumbled, you have not tried hard enough. That's what I believe. And that's why I always try to push the envelope and get out of my comfort zone. Get into a state where you can be comfortable at being uncomfortable. That's my mantra.
That's well said.
So, passion is very important, and don't think that passion means eating away into medicine. Passion feeds into medicine and medicine feeds into your passion. So, I think you need to have passion to have an overall development of yourself and your personality.
So with that philosophy, how has this overall impacted your well-being, if I may put it that way?
Actually, I wouldn't know whether it's my passion that's improved my well-being or whether it's my profession. I'm an oncosurgeon.
Yes.
Many times we are uncomfortable being an oncosurgeon. We are in very critical situations. So I think both, as I mentioned earlier, both feed into itself. And when I'm pursuing my passion, I learn how to be resilient. I learn how to be determined,
right,
and take calculated risks. And I think that's the same with oncosurgery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderfully put. Manish, I'd like to know, you love music and I'm sure other passions too, which you'll tell us about. How has pursuing your passion helped you in your overall well-being?
Well, you know, I think a lot of things I have learned. First and foremost, I remember, in my early days, I was told that before you attempt singing any song, you need to listen to that song at least 10 times. And come to medicine, You need to listen to what your patient is saying. You can't get to your diagnosis. So it's such an important aspect that if you are a good listener, you are a good musician, you are a good singer, and you are a good doctor as well. You have to be persistent. I'm not hitting my notes. I'm getting irritated. I need to be patient. That's another thing. In medicine, there are situations, there are cases, you're operating, everything is going normal. Well, it's a routine day. But what if there is a complication? That's when you need to be patient, because if you lose your patience, your patient is not going to do well. So you improve on your patience as well. Your creativity, handling pressure is another thing. There are times when you're on the stage and there is a goof up and there are thousands of people in front of you. You need to be able to manage that on the go, ensuring that the entire team has the head held high and you pull it up. So, we've gone through phases where we goofed up and we didn't know what to do. But all through the process, I have emerged as a person who can handle pressure better, and that is something that straight away translates into helping me in my clinical practice as well.
And you think that's also because of your passion for music, which has...
Absolutely.
And when you were speaking, it just struck me that possibly it's also precision, because you spoke about hitting those notes.
Yes.
And ophthalmology is a precision branch. Music, I'm sure, especially when you're looking to perfect that pitch or that song, it takes time also.
Yes.
And as your career grew, I mean from residency onwards into a consultant now, how did you find time to integrate this? आपने बोला 10 बार गाना सुनना पड़ता है, अभी साथ में busy OPD भी तो है.
So I think it's very important that we actually schedule time for things that we like important appointments. I sing when I'm in the bathroom, okay, every day. Sometimes my wife, she gets irritated when she's getting late, and sometimes she actually comments, "Ye barabar tha, ye barabar nahi tha." It's a fantastic place. I always listen to music and sing when I'm driving.
Wonderful.
That's actually where most of my songs that I'm singing for programs, I keep listening to them all the time, and then I find some time to come back and actually rehearse the song. So I'm not really eating up into my clinical time there. I'm doing that as well. Whether it is 10 minutes of my meditation or alternate days of my badminton, I have fixed slots, and it just fits into a pattern wherein it is not really interfering with my practice. On the contrary, it is helping me because I'm fresher, probably more alert.
Dr. Murad, coming to you, I mean, he spoke about, music while driving, that's fine, but you can't go climbing mountains. How did you get into this journey of mountaineering?
As I mentioned that I always try to experiment with something new, do something beyond the ordinary. And that's when I thought that, actually my wife and I we were taking part in something called the Himalayan Car Rally, which is a 7-day race across the Himalayas.
Right.
And our only crib that time was that, we are just driving through it. We can't stop and admire, the mountains and the beauty of it. And then I thought, why not climb a mountain? Why driving through? Why not climb a mountain? So when I thought, why not climb a mountain? Why not climb Everest? And that's how I got into the journey, and I started preparing for it and working towards it.
You make it sound like child's play, but you're one of the few doctors, or possibly the only one in India that I know of who scaled the Everest.
No, I'm not the only one. I'm the first civilian doctor to have climbed Everest, summited. Yeah. But again, Kshitij, it's not the summit. It's the entire journey.
Right.
And this is where your passion comes in. So passion is not aiming for the summit. It's the entire journey. To climb Mount Everest, I have to learn everything about how to keep myself warm, how to do crevice crossings, how to all about high altitude sickness, things like that. There's so much more you learn, campcraft, everything, pitching up tents. There's so much more you learn, and the amazing people you meet on the journey.
So I want to pick your brains for a minute about this, because this possibly, as you said, started with the car rally.
Yes.
But going back to your MBBS days, your residency days, your training, आप में वो कीड़ा कब लगा कि मुझे ट्रैक करना है? Lot of doctors like to trek, and you scaled it even further by mountaineering. So were you always an avid trekker?
Not really, but I did my schooling in Ooty, in the Lawrence School, Lovedale, and we had a lot of extracurricular activities. And it was the hills, it was the mountains, and we had a lovely campus. So yes, I would always, whenever we could, we used to always go into the mountains, into the forests, etc. So probably that's where the Kida has come. But again, during MBBS, your whole time into your studies, into your,
Exactly.
you feel guilty to do something apart from your studies over there.
Exactly.
And you're broke.
Yeah.
So what do? I can't pursue a costly passion at that time, so I used to walk.
Okay.
So just go for a walk. And then I realized that when you go for a walk, it's your me time. That time is yours for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I started sort of appreciating being alone, going for treks, going for walks alone. And because that's when you can sort of reconnect with yourself
Right.
and re-energize yourself.
Right. So as I said, I'm going to pick your brains a little further. So once I understood how you got into it, because that was your me time. It started probably making you happy too. Now, once you began practice,
Yes.
and as you said that you're broke initially, so a lot of things have to be set up. Did you lose touch with it for a while and you had to rekindle it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I did my oncosurgery, MCH, then I, fellowship, the usual
Yeah.
rigmarole. And then I joined Kshitij Hospital, which is a private practice.
Right.
And when you're in private practice, initially you're setting up your practice, you're scared to leave your practice, what will happen to your patients,
Exactly.
will you get back your practice, things
Yeah.
like that. So a lot of things go on in your mind. But then at some point you have to step back and think about yourself. And forget that, your patients will always find some place and probably a better doctor. So it's not that they are dependent so much on you.
Right.
You should lose that attitude that what will happen to my patients if I go. And so then I had time, I had to settle in, plus the kids were growing up, I had to make sure that they don't sort of get neglected, etc.
Yeah.
And only once all this is settled, then I decided that, okay, now it's time to go out. And that's why I did Everest when I was 50 years old. So,
Wow.
It's amazing.
so that is why it takes time. It took time.
Yeah.
Plus, I had to collect the money as well.
Sure.
And once things were settled, then I said, okay, I need to spend time on myself and
That-
splurge on myself.
That's definitely inspiring, because as you just told us, and probably many of us have learned how you can rekindle something which you might have lost touch with.
Sure.
Manish, I'm going to have the same question bounce off to you, because you spoke about music and so many of us love it. And yes, gaadi chalate samay, gungunana, bathroom mein gana, definitely many are bathroom singers, probably people inspired by you after this. So did you lose touch with music at any point, or was it a part of your journey throughout training also?
Fortunately for me, it was a part throughout my journey. I used to, in those days, like sir said, we were broke, but I had that, we had those Walkmans that were there,
Yeah.
and we had those cassettes. And I had probably heard those cassettes so many times that I could actually, I would remember the sequence in which the songs would come.
Yeah.
And I used to use that to cut out the sound that was coming from outside the room. And it wouldn't really disturb me when I was studying as well. I would keep listening to that music, and I could concentrate and study. So I actually have, and people find it hard to believe, but I would study with full concentration with the music on. And I have done that all through my residency, UG and PG as well. So that is one of the reasons why I actually have memorized lyrics of so many songs. I know those songs by heart.
Well, for kids listening to this podcast, I'm sure they're going to pick you as an example that you can listen to music and study.
As long as you can concentrate, that's the important thing there.
Yeah, but the way you say it probably helped you focus better in your studies.
Yes, it did.
That's wonderful.
It did.
Music, mountaineering, but there are other passions like playing a guitar or
Yeah.
maybe sketching. And again, it may be your example, it may be what you feel or perceive to each of you individually. You all did touch upon it, but I would like you to expand on how following your passion, making it a priority, which both of you all spoke, how has that helped you in your patient care? If you can help me expand on this point, because a lot of times, as you mentioned, Dr. Murad, that we get so caught up in security, mera patient kaha jayega, and then somewhere that passion becomes an old book on the shelf,
Yeah,
right?
true.
But with the two of you all as shining examples, will our patient care enhance if we give equal priority to our passions? Let's begin with you, Manish.
It definitely does. So, through this journey, what the qualities that I have developed because of my music, I think I am a more organized person now. I plan things better, and I plan my surgeries also better now. I plan my schedules better. It's extremely important to do that. I am more receptive in terms of the way I'm interacting, and more responsive in terms of the way I'm interacting both with my patients as well as my staff. So that does help me, and I think that I am a calmer surgeon than I was before. That is also because of the music. So it is helping me. For surgeons, I think that is the most important. I remember Dr. Rumi Jahangir, who was my teacher at KEM, telling us that your true worth as a surgeon is when things are going wrong. And he also said that if you make your surgery boringly repetitive, you become a good surgeon, but you are a brilliant surgeon if you can have the same attitude when things are going wrong.
That's well said. That's very well put. Dr. Murad, the same thing. You're an oncosurgeon. It's anywhere demanding field, and you spoke about mountaineering risk taking. How has it translated to better patient care? Maybe in the OPD or in the operating table. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I'll just give you an example. I was when I was summiting Everest, I was around 26,000 feet. It's something called the Lhotse face. It's a very steep incline, and you're totally exposed to the elements. And I was pretty exhausted at that point of time. And then it actually struck me. I can turn around anytime I want, go back to the comfort of my house, go back to my job. But what about my cancer patients? However difficult the going, there's no turning back. You just have to fight on and fight on. And I think it just struck me like that over there, and that sort of gave me the strength to continue my climb. So you were asking, how does your passion help you in your profession?
Enhancing patient care. So your resilience.
Yes, so that your resilience. And when you have a passion, it doesn't have to be a big passion. It doesn't have to be a costly passion. But when you have a passion, you have to pursue it. You have to have the dedication to it. You have to have the intent for it. So, and you have to have the discipline to pursue it. All these things, dedication, discipline, intent, all this is the same thing that makes a good doctor.
Absolutely.
So your passion definitely helps you in your profession.
That's well put. Your passion does take time.
Yes.
Active time. So can you help me understand that if someone has a passion which is going to take active time, how would they look to, of course everyone is different, but how would they look to divide their time? Let's say you've got a 16-hour active day. How much time do you give? Is it a daily basis?
No, it depends. Again, as I said, your passion does not have to be time consuming and it doesn't have to be elaborate. In my case, it happened to be mountaineering, for which I had to prepare. So before an expedition, whether it's Everest or skiing to the South Pole, whatever it is, before that, I always sort of get into a routine where I have to train myself. I go to hospital about 7 o'clock in the morning. I come back 6, 7 in the evening. So then how do you find time? So then after dinner, I put on my backpack, I take my tires and I go on the roads and I exercise on the roads. In Mumbai, there's no mountains around. Or I get up early morning, 4 a.m. and I start practicing. Then as I come closer to, when I was doing Everest, as I came closer to my date of the expedition, I stopped using the car. I started walking to work, walking back from work. Hinduja Hospital has 16 floors. I stopped using the lift. I started climbing up, climbing down. My residents hated me for that. But so you have to find ways to weave your training or your commitment into your work schedule.
Absolutely.
And neither can suffer.
That's inspiring and very beautifully put, that you prioritize what you have to do.
So you prioritize and you make 25 hours out of 24 hours.
That's wonderful. I'm going to ask this to you first, because the question is that by following a passion, does it impact our physical and mental health, and if so, how?
Well, it definitely does. So, besides my music, I am an avid badminton player. I play badminton at the club level and I walk. So, I ensure that I'm walking 3 days a week and I play badminton, whether it is early in the morning or late at night, but 3 days a week. I have a set group of people who we play with, and it helps me get fitter. And every time that I'm walking, I have my music going on. So I have realized that music has a phenomenal effect on your brain. My pulse rate tends to really settle down well. It's got a very calming effect that it has. It has a calming effect during my surgery also. And my passion for walking and badminton, it is definitely helping me. I have still continued to do that. I walk 3 days a week, 45 minutes, and I'm playing my badminton. Previously, I would get tired in one game. I am now playing 3 or 4 games at a stretch without getting tired. In fact, very recently I played a tournament in the Gymkhana, wherein I was coming off a layoff and I was able to beat much better players, and it was all because it went into the third game and I probably had the endurance to last that game, and they got tired. So I'm definitely physically and mentally stronger because of my passion.
Right. I'm going to get your perspective on this, Dr. Murad,
Yeah.
not the physical part, because you're scaling the Everest and you spoke about resilience. Does following a passion also help with respect to our family? Because we have so far spoken about our patients, our outlook towards patients, how we've got karma there. But does the doctor's family overall improve when you are following a certain passion?
Definitely it does. Because as I said, when you follow a passion, there is a lot that goes behind it. It's not just his singing on the stage.
Right.
To get onto the stage to sing, he's done his bathroom singing, he's done so many other things before that. So, and you need good family support.
Right.
So, I'm fortunate I have a very supportive family, my parents, my wife, my kids. And not only that, but indirectly, you're hoping that this rubs off onto your kids as well. And in fact, last year or year before last, as a family, we all went and climbed Kilimanjaro.
Oh, wow.
So again, you have a family get together, you're bonding again, you're doing something relatively tough, but you are in nature and you're together. So it definitely helps, and I think, your family is very important.
So that was part of my next question, that does it also inspire your family to look to get along with your passion?
It definitely inspires my family. I mean, and again, it's not that they have to climb mountains.
Right.
But it's just that you're doing something apart from your occupation. That is the message I want to convey to them.
Absolutely.
That find another interest where you can sort of reconnect with yourself. That's the important thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what struck me is also very often as doctors, we are in our own bracket.
Correct.
Where families can't be a part of it.
True.
But when you speak of your journey, your family can be a support in that journey, and that's so wonderful for the bonding.
Yes, it is. It is.
So, Manish, I want the same same insight from you.
In my case, my younger son, he took to music, and we realized that he has a special talent in music just because I was singing.
Wow. Oh, wow.
My friends get amazed that he can sing, K.N. Sehgal and Mukesh songs. People who were, singing in the 50s and 60s, and he sings them beautifully. We realized that he has that talent, then we put him, he's learning Hindustani classical now, and he's probably won 20-25 awards.
Wow.
He's doing really well. That was something which actually happened because of my musical journey. He used to sit along, and then he started humming, and we realized, oh, he can sing. So he's taken that. My wife, she's a very shy and a very reserved person. She's also now started doing a lot of things that she wants to, and we all knew that it was there in her.
Right.
She's writing a book also right now.
Oh, lovely.
Because children are growing up, she has found the time. So I think all of us are finding that, and we have nice and healthy discussions. So now my biggest critic is my son, because he's learned classical. He tells me, nahi, ye note nahi lag raha hai. We have good discussions. There are days, when we are just the two of us. We are sitting and we are having these jamming sessions. We have, we've got a lot of musical instruments. He can play the guitar, the keyboard, the drums. I have all of that in my house.
Amazing.
So we are just sitting and jamming, and my wife also chips in. So we have a good time.
Lovely. And as
That's
you spoke,
nice.
it again gave me the same insight that as an ophthalmologist, there is no relevance that your family would have to your career per se. You are on your own. But here you've got the entire family together, probably on different passions.
Yes.
As you spoke about your wife writing a book. Given the seriousness of what you do with respect to your passion, right? Tell me, in your mind, with respect to ophthalmology practice and the music, where do you prioritize? How do you prioritize?
Well, ophthalmology was always my first love, and I don't really see my ophthalmology competing with my music. I think they have a very synergistic and a very symbiotic relationship.
Right.
My music helps me do better in my ophthalmology. I have never compromised on my patient time, and my music just blends into the entire thing. In fact, a lot of people would I was asked questions. My friends would tell me that your patients are coming, and you are dancing, you are performing on the stage. Will they take you seriously? Won't they think that ये आँख operate कर पाएगा या नहीं कर पाएगा? But I actually don't think, it's not panned out also like that for me. I think that if we show the real side of our personality, if we show the complete personality that we have, the patients will probably find us more approachable and more responsive, and probably more dependable, because they see that there is a humane aspect to this person, there is a more emotional aspect to this person, and that's the way it has turned out for me. So for me, it's never really been any conflict.
Another important point you touched upon, because when someone is looking to rekindle his passion or looking to get a little more serious about the passion, is it important to have partners in crime? Because you kept saying we. Kitna zaruri hota hai you find someone who is going to be, your running mate with you?
I think that if you can find a partner in crime, you are blessed, you are lucky, because it makes the journey very, very easy. When one of you is a little low, the other one can push. And you have better ideas coming in. So when we sit and try and plan a program, he will say ye karte hain, and I will say nahi ye karte hain. So we have these little arguments that we have, and it's all for the best. And we now have an extended family. We've been together at it for more than 10 years now, and these are people who are now part of the family. We are coming to each other's houses in festivals, thick and thin. When I am going out for a conference or for any other purposes, whether it is for a tour, my parents know who to call.
Right.
Anyway,
social environment.
Social environment is there. So we have an extended family now.
That's
so
wonderful.
these partners in crimes are now partners in everything.
That's wonderful. But to Murad, the same question to you, similar ones, because having a partner in crime to scale the Everest may be a challenge. But you spoke about your journey of how this transitioned, how your wife is also into adventure in a big way. How was that moment when you scaled the Everest? What did you feel?
When you're on the summit, there's only one thought: come down safely. Because no, it's a fact. Because I mean, as you reach the summit, you're gasping over there. There's hardly any oxygen. You have to remove your oxygen mask. You have to remove your everything to take a photograph to document that you've actually reached the summit. Then only the Nepal government approves your certificate. So, but it's playing in your mind that most of the deaths on Everest happen on the way down, not on the way up. So rather than celebratory, you are still nervous about the entire thing. And I had no business being on that mountain. I mean, I'm not a professional mountaineer. So that was always in the back of my mind. And I was extremely careful. So it's only when you come back down to base camp that you celebrate and say, yes, I have done this.
So when you have a passion which is a little, if I may say, dangerous, and there are yours possibly is, there could be other passions people have, how's the family's feedback initially?
You have to have good family support. You can't do these things without a full backing from your family.
Did they tell you, have you lost it?
They knew I had lost it. So, no, it's not just wife and kids, I mean, I had my parents. So, I mean, my dad luckily was so enthusiastic about the whole thing. He said, I'm coming to Bombay before you leave. He used to stay in Hyderabad. He's no more now. So he was there and to send me off, and he was very enthusiastic about the whole thing.
That's wonderful.
My wife, as you said, is also a partner in crime. In fact, she stayed 6 months in Antarctica as the medical officer for the Indian team. So because she's also interested in this, convincing her is much easier. And I had told her one thing, that for me it's the journey. I just want to try it. If I reach the summit, it's the icing on the cake. It is the journey that I'm going for. And at any point, if I feel I'm out of my depth, I'm not going to do something stupid. I'm turning back. So that was an assurance that I had given her, and it's just fortunate that things went, I wouldn't say smoothly, but I could do it.
I'm sure. So when you did come back, how was the reaction like amongst your colleagues, your friends? Did they kind of check your temperature? Were they really just proud of you? How did it go?
They all knew I was a mad Baba. So that was one aspect when I was going. I mean, it's not that it's hunky-dory when you're going. As you say, you have to settle it's a 2-month expedition. You have to settle your work schedule. Luckily, my hospital was very supportive. So your patient should not suffer. So I have good colleagues who sort of covered for me when I was away. You also have people who are going to come and give you negative comments in the sense, have you seen that movie, Into Thin Air? So many people die. What's wrong with you? You're a surgeon. You lose your fingers with frostbite. You know about high altitude sickness. There's a plane going there. Why do you want to walk up? So you will have all sorts of reactions. So that's why I tried to keep it under wraps as much as possible. But it's such a thing you cannot keep under wraps. Right. So everybody did know about it, but overall, everyone was supportive. And in my mind, not just for Everest, whether it's skiing to the South Pole, whether it's climbing any mountains or anything, I will listen to everybody. I'll take the criticism, then I'll think, is there any truth or any essence in what he's saying or she's saying, and then make my own decisions.
Suno sabki, karo khud ki. And that is what
absolutely.
That's wonderful. Manish, you mentioned about this earlier, but doctors on the stage singing, dancing, and maybe the same doctor operating you tomorrow. I mean, how did that go? Tell me about that. Have you any funny incident you can recollect? Doctor, ab kar paoge operation, or was it just appreciation about the human side?
Actually, I've never really had a question like that, kar paoge. But I have had patients asking me to sing while operating. Believe me, twice this has happened.
And do you cater to that request?
No, I did not. I told her बाद में सुनाऊंगा ऑपरेशन होने के बाद में, because obviously I said अभी किशोर कुमार ओरिजिनल सुनते हैं, बाद में मैं सुनाऊंगा. But it actually happened, सर मुझे नर्वसनेस हो रही है, आप गाओगे क्या? I said नहीं मैम, मैं सर्जरी पे फोकस करता हूँ. It's typically that would probably have happened if I would have started very early on in my career. I think I was fairly established as an ophthalmologist by the time we took this, so I did not really have to worry about that. And most of the patients who came and attended the program knew me as an ophthalmologist before and then came. But I seriously don't think that the youngsters should also not be doing it, thinking that patients don't take them seriously.
That is my question to you, that because you are fairly established in your career and we are talking about wanting to pursue your passion. So if someone who is listening to this and is younger in this first few years of practice, what would your message be? That how do you deal with such things? I mean, if this happened to you, how would you have dealt with it?
I would actually not hesitate to perform, because I think I am only showing that I am.
What do you tell a patient? If someone asks you, Doctor साहब, आप कल गाने वाले हो, आज ऑपरेशन करने वाले हो, अगर ये होता या होगा शायद, तो आप कैसे डील करोगे?
तो मैं उनको बोलता कि मैं अच्छा गाता हूँ और मैं ऑपरेशन उससे भी ज़्यादा अच्छा करता हूँ, और जब आपकी नज़र बहुत अच्छी होगी तो हम दोनों मिलके गाएंगे.
बढ़िया, very good. And because Dr. Murad mentioned about this, at a certain start of the career, money is not there. Now sometimes some doctors get driven by the money.
Yeah.
And you're so focused that सुबह उठ के operation या practice, दोपहर को खाना, शाम को वो, रात को घर आके सोना. And that's the way cycle continues. And it becomes, I'm not saying we are money minded, but sometimes because of necessity, money becomes a driving factor. What would your message be to such doctors, that how would you balance your passion with also the need for money?
Money is essential. And one more thing I want to say is that
Please.
Why should doctors be ashamed of making money?
Yeah.
Why do we have that guilt that, oh, I'm making money? You are making money ethically, legally, so why not?
Absolutely.
But don't get into that rat race of, oh, I need so much more. Oh, last month I made this much, now I'll make this thing. If I go off on leave, I'm going to lose out on my money, etc. And I keep telling my friends that, I want to put it a little poetically, that I'd rather go to the grave with a bank full of memories than a bank full of money. So that's what I feel. And I would rather invest in experiences than invest in a BMW or invest in another flat.
Right.
So when you're looking for what is beyond your needs, I think that is where I would veer off towards experiences rather than investing in something more.
I'm going to come back to that too. Manish, I'd like to understand from you, when the chips are down, because we're all talking about good surgeons, making money, things going well in the profession, but obviously profession and sometimes even life can take a little downturn. Ups and downs are a part of it. Does having your passion help you, and how do you keep that passion going when the chips are down?
I think it helped me personally immensely during COVID.
Okay.
COVID was a very bad phase. Both of us are attached to municipal hospitals, like you are attached to.
Yeah.
There was pressure to do duties there, even though our specialties were different. We had to take care of children and parents back home. Work was not good. You were not really earning too much money, and you were seeing so much negativity around. I lost a few close friends, and there were situations wherein as doctors we were not able to get beds for people who wanted, very helpless, and there were moments where you were really down. I think my music helped me there. It was really having a calming effect. We actually got back together and we recorded programs which were dedicated to COVID warriors. And once those programs were put out on YouTube, there were so many positive comments that were coming from healthcare workers who got inspired again, who were like, it is so nice to see something like this, because it was all going on the net. I think I realized again that I'm worthy of doing something in this situation also, and it was only my music that enabled me to do that.
Let's say life gets a little difficult. How would you even relate to your passion? What would your advice, if I may ask so, what would your advice be that passion ko kyun nahi chhodna? Sometimes you get so stuck up, or you get so difficult phase of life, maybe there are EMIs, maybe there are the practice is going down, and is it important to still keep connect with your passion?
Absolutely, because that passion is what keeps you going. Any stress that I may have, when I get into that music, will at least for that particular duration of time go out of my mind. So it's healing. It's actually having a healing effect on my mind. Somewhere it is giving me that hope, and I actually believe in listening to inspirational songs when the chips are down. I listen to those peppy numbers. So never give up on your passion. And please do not ever think that it is going to reduce your capability as a medical professional. No, it's only going to make you a better doctor.
And as you said, probably that's what turns things around for the better then.
Yes, you need to have some focus or some interest outside of your profession.
Why?
Because that makes you well-rounded, that makes you whole. And as I said, that helps you reconnect with yourself. It re-energizes you to get back to your work, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
So you should, not only doctors, everybody should have some focus apart from their occupation. That's what I firmly believe. And again, I reiterate, it doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't have to be something time consuming. Just something small that will make you happy and make you content. And the way to check whether is this my passion is that when you do it and you get back to your occupation, are you better off by it?
Yes.
Are you re-energized? Then it's the correct thing.
That's well put. On that same note, have you lost something, or have you ever felt ke ये मुझसे छूट गया, कि ये मेरा छूट गया because I've been following my passion? Have you lost anything?
In a positive way, yes. When I go onto the mountains, so when I'm 8 hours a day, we were skiing to the South Pole every day, just bland, nothing, just white all around you. And you are in your own silence, in your own thoughts, and you have only your backpack. You're living off your backpack, and then you realize that so many things in the city life is superfluous. Your titles mean nothing in nature. Your egos mean nothing in nature. So that is what you lose on these expeditions or on these mountains. You lose your ego, you lose your false pretensions, because you depend upon your colleague. Your colleague is not someone on the mountains or while you're skiing or anything. Your team members, again, people tell me that you're going with unknown people. But I tell them that no, they are known people. If they come for something like this, I know their mindset, I know their commitment.
You can trust them.
And you can trust them, and they trust you.
Right.
And we're a team there. And as a team, we help each other out to reach our one goal. So there's lots to learn when you go for these expeditions.
That's a very wise perspective. Manish, I'm going to ask you the same question that, because मेरे patients, अब मैं अगर 3 घंटा जाके शो करूँगा तो वो patients और कहीं चले जाएंगे. मेरी practice, मेरा पैसा. Is there a fear of losing something when you're following a passion?
I actually have never had that kind of a fear. One of the first things that I did when we started doing these programs was I started keeping Saturday evenings free. That actually gives me a lot of time. I'm doing a couple of other things also besides my music. So I have that half a day wherein I actually work on that. Our rehearsals typically are just for a couple of hours, and we take slots in between our OPD hours. So like I finish my morning OPD and I go in for 2 hours, set my scales and come back, and I'm in time for my evening OPD.
Right.
And when I'm going out for a show, I'm fortunate enough to have a spouse who's from the same profession.
Yeah.
So she chips in, and when both of us are out, because she does accompany me for some programs, I have junior associates who take care, and my patients always know that doctor is around. They are always told by the associates that if you still want to come and see sir, you can see him on Monday morning or whatever.
Right.
As far as money is concerned, yes, it is very important, but you need to draw your line. I need to know that this is what I require, and two is whether I want to earn for 1 year and burn myself up, or I want to be happy, healthy, so that I can keep doing it over a long period of time. It's like buying a share or investing in a SIP. I'd rather be in an SIP than just do a instant investment. So it's better to be a long-term player.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that's the way all of us should be looking at it.
Absolutely. So before I get to the message you'd like to give forward, to upcoming docs to have this balance, I'd like to know from both of you that you have different passions. Anecdotal maybe, but have you had a colleague come and tell you that, Murad, I saw you do this and now I've taken this up? Have you inspired your colleagues around?
Plenty, not just colleagues, but patients also.
Oh,
I've
wow.
had patients who come back and said, Doc, I ran the marathon, or I've gone to Everest Base Camp. So
how gratifying was that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So in fact, in my OPD, there's a collage of these expedition thing,
Right.
photographs, etc. And also everyone sees that, and everyone asks me about it. So it's a sort of diversion for them,
Right.
and it helps me connect better with the patient. And also, in many ways, I think I have, in some form or the other, inspired them.
Right.
So that itself is gratifying.
Do you feel it also makes you more human to your patients? Has it helped in that respect?
Of course, definitely. As I said, on the mountains, you lose your ego, you
Right.
become more humble.
Yeah.
And it reflects in your patient interaction and patient reaction.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Manish, has any colleague said, आपको गाते हुए सुना और मैंने कल से गाना शुरू कर दिया? Has that happened to you?
There are a couple of friends who started singing. A gentleman who comes to photograph us is actually a banker, and he accidentally came for the photography because the friend of his who was to do the same was not there for a show. After the program, he came and he said, "Arey, tumhi asa karta sagde jana. I think I should also be doing it." Now he's doing his photography on a professional basis, and I think he's won a few prizes as well.
Nice.
Wow.
So it's so nice to see that all of us have it in us.
Yeah.
We just need to, like sir said, you need to find what is your passion.
Yeah.
And I think for doctors, our IQs are, modestly if I say above average, we have phenomenal IQs actually, a lot of us. And it's also known that the more activities you do, the more the capability of the brain enhances.
Yeah.
And overall it's like if I'm putting more memory in a CPU, I'm going to make the RAM increase, the machine is going to work faster, I'm going to get better outputs, I'm going to be able to load better softwares. So it's the same thing, we need to load our passions so that our CPUs function better.
But honestly, your stories give me goosebumps about the photography. I mean, when people get inspired looking at doctors pursuing the passion, I think it's very fulfilling. So Manish, I'd love to hear from you because your passion is music. बहुत सारे doctors को music पसंद आता है. You said bathroom singing. I can promise you 5 out of 10 are bathroom singers. But you've taken it to a different level. So talk to me about your journey because I'm sure it will inspire people listening to this. Okay, how did you transition from just bathroom singing to actually, if I may say, almost a professional level band?
We actually got into this accidentally. It may be hard to believe. It was during my year as the IMA president that we were doing a fundraiser.
Okay.
And this was for cancer patients. And we realized that we were budgeting. We realized that after paying the musicians, we were getting professional singers and there was a lot of money going into that. So we said, "Arey, kuch bachega hi nahi isme." And at that point of time, Dr. Anil and I, we knew that we are singing. We had participated in an AMC competition where we were actually dragged, and luckily both of us won also there.
Oh.
So we had started going to a friend's place where a couple of us would meet on one Sunday a month and we were singing.
Right.
So that's when we discussed that can we do it ourselves.
Okay.
And we did that show to a house full audience, but this was all our crowd, our doctors.
घर के
So घर के लोग थे सारे, जबरदस्ती आए थे because we wanted to do the fundraising. We sat down again after that and we said that what now? Was this real? Was the appreciation that we got real, or was it fake? So we thought we'll do 3 programs which we will finance ourselves from our own pockets.
Like a trial basis.
Like a trial basis. And if by the 3rd program some association or organization approaches us to do a show for them, we will carry on. Otherwise, back to the bathroom. No issues. But fortunately for us, in the 2nd program itself, and right at the beginning we had decided that we would be doing these shows to promote medical causes.
Right.
So it would be serious promotion of a medical cause, and we also were very clear that there's going to be no profit making. We still do all our programs, we don't charge for anything.
Right.
So in the 2nd program itself, we got a request that we want you to do this, and that was like, from there on we never looked back. We've done close to 110 shows now, gone outside of Mumbai, and we are trying to constantly evolve in terms of our singing, but we've also been able to help so many people who we wouldn't have been able to if we were just doing our practices. We've been able to raise funds for pediatric cardiac surgeries. In one program for about 22 children. Wow. We've raised funds for cancer patients, we've raised funds for AED machines. So he sent us that clip. So it's actually been a completely satisfying journey. But it all started, it was like necessity is the mother of invention. That's how we started doing it, and we took it further.
I'm going to give both you gentlemen some time to think about this, but whoever wants to start first, what would your message be to inspire the younger generation? And I say this with humility, but they're already into a lot of things possibly. There's also needed to be a focus in medicine. So with the profession, which should be serious, and that it's not to give a wrong message, the professionals first, but along with that the balance of passion. So what would your message be to the upcoming docs?
I think in a way this generation, the younger generation today is better off, in the sense, at our time, I know in my college days, if I had said I have a passion outside of medicine, everyone would have looked at me, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to be a doctor. You're supposed to be a doctor. How can you do this? You're not serious about your profession. I think that has changed. Today, the youngsters have more opportunities thanks to social media, thanks to other access. And there are so many more things they can do. So my message to them is definitely do it. Definitely do it, and it will help you come out much better.
Wonderful. Manish, you have some words from...
I think I would like to tell them that you should cultivate both your clinical skills as well as your passion equally, spend time for it, and do wear your passion like a badge of honor, because it makes you a true human being, it makes you a complete human being, it's going to make you a better clinician, a better doctor, a better surgeon.
Absolutely.
So as we look to wrap up our chat over here before a very interesting segment comes along, I'm going to ask you one more question. Music, mountaineering, what's next? Dr. Murad.
I summited Everest. After that, as I said, I look for new challenges. So I decided I want to ski to the North Pole and the South Pole. So, but again, I didn't know skiing. So I went to Norway, I learned how to ski. And then I signed up for the expedition for the North Pole, but due to the Ukraine war, it's not been happening for the last 8 years. So again, a message is that if something doesn't work out, open another door.
Right.
So I thought North Pole is not working out. I looked at South Pole, I signed up for it, and in 23, I was successful in skiing to the South Pole.
Wonderful.
So look for new challenges, because again, it's the journey. The lovely places that you visit when you go for this, which you would never go as a tourist. The lovely people that you meet, because everyone in their own way is so inspiring, and you'll come back much enriched, and hopefully you'll reach your target as well.
Are you looking to pick up a creative passion, something not physical?
Creative in the sense, I was just telling him that if I sang in the bathroom, I will run away from the bathroom. It's literally like that. So unfortunately, in that way, I'm not so creative.
Right.
But I envy people who can sing. I envy people who can play an instrument, whether it's the piano or anything. anything that's taken to a high level, not perfection, but
Yeah.
a good level,
Right.
that gives me goosebumps.
It's lovely. Manish, what's next for you?
I have a big bucket list actually.
Yeah.
I used to be, a good painter. I used to do charcoal work.
Wow.
I'm trying to get back to that. I used to do that in school, and I've started doing a little bit of that. I'm learning photography, and I've acquired a good camera, and I'm trying to do that. I also am trying to get into an entrepreneurship role to try and develop a few apps which I can use in ophthalmology. So my son has prodded me, my elder one, to learn Python. So I'm learning that as well, and hopefully I'll be able to learn a bit of that and use some of the AI tools to create something that I want, which could help all my fellow ophthalmologists as
Yeah.
well.
I think it's wonderful when I see doctors reinventing themselves, because as you said, high IQs, and it keeps making us get better. It's been a wonderful time chatting with you gentlemen, and now
No, before we end, Kshitij, we've been wondering about one thing. You've been asking us so many questions about our passions. I'm sure you have a passion as well. And for our knowledge and for the benefit of the audience, I think you should share with us what your passion is.
it could take a long while. So
We are all ears.
I picked up the guitar 5 years ago. It was a childhood dream which I kept putting off for multiple reasons. But as you both so beautifully put it, that when you decide and you want to do, you do something. So I picked up the guitar. That's not the point. My daughter is a wonderful pianist. My son's
Wow.
picking up the guitar.
Okay.
My passion is actually my family and having that complete holistic life
Yeah.
together, because I love what you said, that you want to have a life which is fulfilling, where you have a bank of emotions, and I'm going to hold on to that statement. So yes, that's me for you, and I am open enough to share that, and it's been a wonderful time. But before I let you go, we have a very interesting segment coming up, and that's the rapid fire question, where we'll see who is the wittiest of the two, and there is a hamper for this. So I challenge both of you, be at your funniest best, and let's see who wins.
Go for it.
Go for it.
My last question to both you gentlemen is that different passions doctors do have, and I'm sure everyone has one passion at least, and somewhere along the way people may have lost it. I hope this inspires them to pick up whatever they wanted to. I want your message to our colleagues, younger, older, whoever it is, that why would you be so passionate about your passion?
I think our entire conversation has conveyed that.
Yeah.
But again, I would say that get a passion or get interested into something, because it just helps you mold all around and gives you a better perspective of life. So find anything. It doesn't have to be time consuming, even
Yeah.
just on weekends.
Right.
Or it could be just going for a walk, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But that is your me time, and I think everyone needs to have this, and everyone should find something. It's just an excuse to say that I don't have time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Has it added more balance to your life as you answer the same question?
Yes, it has. It's definitely added more balance to my life, and I think all of us should be, following our passion. I think for the younger lot, they probably would not find so much time. But like Sir said, when he mentioned that is the me time.
Yeah.
So they need to actually forcibly squeeze out that me time, because that passion is their superpower. And another word that Sir used is resilience.
Yeah.
It will definitely make them resilient, and it will prepare them for the tougher battle ahead. And for the older guys, like Sir said, 50 is the new young.
Absolutely.
You are scaling Everest at the age of 50. I'm sure if they rediscover their passion, somewhere down the line they will realize, okay, we are not just wearing the white coat. There is this special talent in us. They would automatically be doing better. Life becomes fun all over again. So it's like, it's never too late to be hitting the right note. You can do that at any age. You can do that. We should all be trying to hit that right note, that high note, whatever be our age.
Well said, Ustad. As a musician, you spoke about the right note. It's been a wonderful time chatting with both of you all. I got to know both of you all a lot better, and I have realized that through your passions, you've also probably found a better connect with your family.
True.
And it's much beyond just the stethoscope and scalpel, which otherwise we are bracketed into. So, gentlemen, get ready and welcome to our rapid fire round. As usual, short, spontaneous, and witty answers, and I'm sure it will be very revealing. I'm going to start with you, Dr. Murad, first. The most unusual place you found inspiration outside of the hospital?
The bathroom,
Manish?
Unfortunately, my answer is the same. I'll only add that best ideas and best acoustics are there in the bathroom.
Right. One hobby, Manish, you picked up during your med school which still stays with you.
My singing.
Dr. Murad.
Daydreaming.
Wonderful. Stethoscope aside, one thing you always carry around in your bag.
My humility and my smile.
Wow.
For me, it's my earphones.
Lovely. Remember, you guys are competing. One line mantra, Manish, that you live by.
Target 6-6, vision or passion.
Wow. Ophthalmologist. Dr. Murad.
Be like the flower that gives its fragrance even to the hand that crushes it.
Wonderful. Manish Bakap. Dr. Murad, this is to you. One book that changed the way you think, medical or non-medical.
I'm not much of a book reader, but I read people.
You read?
People.
People. Okay. Interesting. Manish, one
For
book.
me, it was The House of God. I think it taught me that medicine is tough, but you can handle it with a good sense of humor.
Good. You're fighting back. So if your passion had a prescription, Manish, what would the dosage be?
2 songs daily, couple of smashes alternate days for eternity.
Dr. Murad, same question to you. If your passion had a prescription label, kya dosage?
SOS.
SOS. Okay. One message to young doctors who are struggling to balance medicine and passion.
Medicine and passion are not in isolation. Each feed into the other.
Fantastic. Manish, your
I would
answer.
say medicine and passion don't compete with each other, they complete each other.
Good comeback. If your passion had a soundtrack, Manish is biased towards you, but if your passion had a soundtrack, what song would you play?
Dil se.
Dr. Murad.
Silence.
Okay. If medicine is your duty, complete the statement. If medicine is your duty, passion is your?
Melody.
Ooh, nice. Manish, if medicine is your duty, passion is your?
Beauty.
Arey wah. And the last of the rapid fire. What's the one thing you want the world to know about doctors beyond medicine?
We are creators, we are healers, we are fighters, and we are excellent human beings.
Okay. What's the one thing you want the world to know about doctors?
We are humans and we treat, but he heals.
So gentlemen, that gets us to an end of this wonderful rapid fire. It's been insightful, heartfelt and beautifully human, just like this conversation. It is my duty, though difficult, I need to pick one winner. And for the genuinity of the answers, for the tadka to the answers, my winner for this rapid fire is Dr. Murad Lala.
I agree with you.
We'll all share it.
Passion doesn't take us away from medicine. In fact, it strengthens it. It helps us remember that we are human first, healers later. A big thank you to our guest, Dr. Murad Lala, for being on the show.
Thank you. I mean, to be frank, this is my first podcast and it's been really interesting. And Manish, so many things about him I came to know today. And I think this is what we need to, it's a very unique concept of, doctors beyond their white coats or beyond the stethoscopes. I think it's a very interesting concept.
Absolutely. It was wonderful listening to you.
Thank
you, Manish, for being on the podcast and sharing your views.
For me, it's been an amazing experience. We are so used to talking about our patients, attending conferences, but this other part of our personality, to be able to talk about it, to be able to share it. My compliments to the entire team for coming up with this concept, and I'm sure it's going to help and motivate a lot of youngsters.
Thank you for your feedback. Keep sending your comments, feedback and suggestions. We are listening. In our next episode, we talk about being medically safe, where awareness is as important as skill. Till then, this is Top Tales by doctors for doctors. Stay curious, stay passionate and stay whole. See you.
बंदा बोल रहा था मैं शेर हूँ किसी से नहीं डरता बोला इसकी शादी
मनीष याद रखो प्रोड्यूसर वो है आप कैसे दुखोगे उसके ऊपर है
नहीं मैम मैं अपनी बात कर रहा था आपकी नहीं